All right, so I think it's safe to officially kick things off. Thank you all so much for joining us for the first ever Grishaverse Virtual Fan Meetup. My name is Teresa, and I'm on the Grishaverse marketing team at Fierce Reads. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping notes. If you are new to Zoom webinars, I want to let you know that you should just be seeing me right now. We cannot see or hear you, so no need to worry about any noise interference on your end. Please use the chat to interact with your fellow Grishaverse fans. You guys are already doing that. Thank you so much. And it's also a good thing to be used in case you're having any technical issues. Someone from our team should hopefully be able to assist you. Everyone who registered for the event will receive a recording of the event. If you run into any technical difficulties, just rest assured that you will have access to the full recording very soon. The fan meetup will start with a scavenger hunt where 30 of our first prize winners from our registration sweepstakes will come on screen to participate. Then we'll have a cosplay show and tell, so we hope some of you dressed up, followed by a round of Grishaverse trivia. After trivia, Leigh will be joining us for a live Q&A using the questions you submitted during registration, and she will be sharing a very special reveal with you. And now we'd like to announce our grand prize winners of the registration sweepstakes, which I had like a drum roll. I'm just gonna tap on my desk. Raven from Arizona and Anna from England. Congratulations. We'll be in touch with you guys after the event. You'll each receive a package full of goodies chosen by Leigh herself. We've seen it and it's pretty amazing. All who registered for the event will receive an exclusive Grishaverse bookmark, and there will be more chances to win Grishaverse swag throughout the event. Finally, and very, very importantly, I wanted to let everyone know that at Macmillan, we expect all participants to maintain an atmosphere of respect and fairness. Anyone who violates the standard of behavior, including engaging in any form of harassment, may, at the discretion of the organizers, be immediately removed. All right, so now, without further ado, let's dive into our Grishaverse scavenger hunt. So welcome to all of our first prize winners. Your cameras and mics should be, hi, they should be being freed right now. To give you guys a brief overview of how the game will be structured, I'll read off a list of Grishaverse themed items from a list of 12 items total. You'll have 30 seconds to find each item. When you've collected 5 items, shout bingo, so you can show off your item and we can see and you can find out what prize you won. The winners will receive 6 of Crow's socks from Out of Print, as well as signed book plates to put in your brand new Lives of Saints or Shadow and Bone Collector's Edition. While only the 31st prize winners from our registration sweepstakes will be participating live in the scavenger hunt, we encourage all audience members to play along and share on social using hashtag Grishaverse. All right, so is everybody ready? Is everybody here? All right, I'm gonna start with the first item. So the first item on our scavenger hunt list is a Grishaverse book signed by Leigh. Starting the clock at 30 seconds now, go. Should have had some elevator music while everybody went to look for their things. Hopefully you guys have some Grishaverse books that are signed. Five seconds to go. And time. All right, so the next item that we have is an out-of-print item from the Leigh Bardugo collection. Starting the timer right now. That could be a t-shirt. That could be one of these 6 of Crow's tote bags. That could be, I believe they have socks as well. So any one of these items, feel free to go grab that now. You guys have 15 seconds. 10. All right, that's time on that. Our next item is a Grishaverse enamel pin, starting the clock now. We've created a bunch of these. So it could be from the Language of Thorns pack, it could be the King of Scars pin, any Grishaverse pin that you guys have at home. We've got 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Next item. This one's pretty broad, but it's one of our favorite quotes from the Grishaverse. So any item that says no mourners, no funerals. Go. I feel like you guys might have a big stack of Grishaverse stuff right next to you, because I'm not seeing as many people running around as I thought I'd see. But coming prepared, we like to see that. You have 5 seconds for this item. And that's time. Next up, a Grishaverse tattoo. It could be one of our temporary tattoos, or if you have your own personal ink that is Grishaverse, you can show that off too. You guys have 15 seconds left. 5 seconds to go. All right, we just completed 5 items. See if there's anyone shouting bingo. We're gonna dive into item number 6, a Grishaverse passport. So you've seen us give these items away at tour events, at shows. If anybody has a Grishaverse passport, feel free to go run and grab that now. Fifteen seconds left. Should have recorded the Jeopardy theme song for you guys. I didn't come prepared, I'm sorry. 3, 2, 1. All right, we are on to item number 7, which is a Grishaverse poster or an art print. So you have 2 options there. Starting the clock now. Can't wait to see what things you guys pull up. We're so excited. 15 seconds left for this item. 10 seconds. All right, time's up for that. The 8th item on our list is an advanced reader's copy of a Grishaverse book. So any ARC or galley, as we like to call it, that you received at a show. It could be for any title, any Grishaverse book. You guys have 20 seconds left.
And chiming in from the beyond to remind you to yell out bingo if you've gotten 5 items. I see some people calling it out in the chat. So you can unmute yourself and yell bingo.
You have the power to do so. Here we go. We have 5 seconds left for this item. Everyone have a chance to grab it. Awesome.
I think I've got bingo.
Yeah. Do you want to show off your items?
So an arc.
What arc is that?
This is Shadow and Bone.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
It's an antique.
Yeah.
And then this is the signed copy of the first item.
Beautiful.
And then poster, just put it down.
Oh, look at that. Look at that map. So beautiful.
What else did I have? Oh, a pin.
Oh, there's the Grishaverse monogram. Love it. What's your last item?
And socks out of print, I think.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that works. Cool. So awesome. We have our first bingo winner. Do we have anyone else who got bingo that would like to unmute themselves? No? Okay, I'm going to keep going.
I think Sarah is trying to wave.
Can someone from our team help Sarah? You should be able to unmute yourself and just chat with us. It's in the left-hand corner. If you just click unmute my audio, we'll be able to get you.
There we go.
Awesome. Hi.
It wasn't letting me unmute myself. Hello.
Look at your backdrop. I love it.
Thank you. I had so that's number 1.
Awesome.
This is number 2.
Oh, love that. Yep.
I don't know if this counts as an ARC, but it's an advanced.
Yeah, it's a sampler. We'll take that.
Okay, great. And then I have a signed book plate.
Awesome.
Oh, and my
there's
my fan made pin.
Great, thank you so much. Awesome. All right, so we're going to go into item number 9, see if we can get some more winners. It is a Grishaverse t-shirt, and I'm starting the clock right now.
And while everyone's looking, another note from the Beyond to our audience members. If you are right now only seeing Teresa, you have the option to change your view to gallery view so that you can see all of the panelists at once. Take a look, see if that works for you.
You guys have 10 seconds left to help to find the t-shirt. All right, and that is time on item number 9. We have 3 items left. So the 10th item are Crooked Kingdom socks. Starting the timer right now. And remember, if you collect up to 5 items, just unmute yourself, shout bingo, and you can show us what you've collected. Nearly time on this item. Okay, we're up to item number 11, and this is an exclusive edition of a Grishaverse book. Starting the clock right now. Could be any Grishaverse book, just needs to be an exclusive edition. That could be to any retailer. It could be Target, it could be Barnes & Noble. You guys are searching for that item. You have 15 seconds left. Just under 10 seconds. All right, that's time. Do we have any winners? We're going on to our last item. Remember, unmute yourself, shout bingo. All right, I'm gonna do the very last item. A promotional item from a Grishaverse launch party. Starting the timer right now. This could be for any book, could be from the King of Scars tour, it could be from any official sort of launch tour for any of Leigh's books. Any of the official items that were given away at a tour stop. Feel free to go look for those items now. We have a little over 10 seconds left. Five seconds left. All right, do we have any more bingo winners? I'm gonna scroll through. No one else got bingo? Guys, did we make it too hard? You can unmute yourself.
I don't know if it counts, but then you also said an out of print item, and I have a Crooked Kingdom. Does that count for 2 different things if it's an out of print Crooked Kingdom sock?
I mean, we'll take it. Yeah, we'll
so I have
take
that.
it.
And then I have these pins that say no mourners, no funerals.
Yeah, that works.
And then I have a whole bunch of art. I don't know how many that is. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, it had to be 5 items. So if you have, we'll count that item.
That is 2.
I think we made it too hard for you guys. We will definitely count that. But thank you all so much for playing. We have it was so much fun doing that. Thanks for getting your cardio in for the day with us. For doing a little bit of running around, not as much as we thought you would, but some running around. We love seeing all the merch, all of the No Mourners, No Funerals stuff, all of the amazing out-of-print merch for the Leigh Bardugo collection, and just like all cool swag and everything from tours. It's really fun to see that in your homes. We'll be sending you guys back into the audience now. So thank you again. That was so much fun. Bye. Bye, guys. All right. So next up, we have a cosplay show and tell. We really hope that some of you guys came dressed in cosplay. Whoever is dressed up in Grishaverse cosplay, please do the raise your hand feature, and we'll randomly select you in groups of 5 to come on screen and show off your creation. And everyone who participates and the Cosplay Show and Tell will receive a signed bookplate that will feature a quote from the character you're cosplaying as. So really fun prize there. Give it a minute for some people to come up, hopefully. You guys always do the best cosplay at shows, so hope you all came through for a virtual version. I know when we did a fan meetup at Y'all West a few years ago, we had some really amazing cosplay. Modern, Alina counts. Yeah, it's your spin on it. Oh, look at that. That's an amazing headpiece. I love it. All right, so if you guys want to, let's see.
Mostly proud of the necklace.
Yeah.
I made it with ear bones, and I did the wire boy weaving myself. Whoops.
Don't lose that.
And
oh, that looks so awesome.
Yeah. I normally just wear a blue dress with it, but I have a blue shirt on today because I'm lazy.
It's a whole different world, right? You can just from the top up, that's all you need. You don't need the full head to toe cosplay. That looks great. Anyone else want to show off their cosplay? You can unmute yourself. Yeah, let's see. Oh, wow.
It's literally just a very closet put together, thrown together version of the Darkling.
Love it.
Like, this is literally just my fiance's jacket that I wear, and then a freaking Pierce the Veil t-shirt, because let's be real, he would listen to them. He would listen to some edgy freaking music.
We love interpretations on the Darkling and all of the characters, so that's fantastic.
Like, I did like some like black veining by my eyes and like made myself look all sunken and dead, and I always headcanon him having a little bit of facial hair, so like that's what this is.
Looks awesome.
And then without messing it up, floof.
That's so great. Who would you want to cosplay as next?
Definitely Nikolai. Oh my, he's my favorite. I love him.
Well, hopefully if we do another event, you can cosplay as him. Thanks so much for sharing.
Yes, no problem.
Who wants to share next? And make sure you, I should have said this before, but say your name, introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Oscar, by the way.
I'm
Hi.
Erin.
Hi,
I'm
Erin.
in a fabricator robe that me and my best friend made together.
That is awesome. Look at that detailing. I love that.
Thank you.
You want to hit me up with how you made that?
My God. I mean, you should, I don't think we can send private messages around here, but basically I have a friend who's good at sewing, and we found a pattern that was kind of close to what I thought a kefta would look like, and we expanded the sleeves to make these long sort of drapey sleeves.
It looks so great. I love it. I love the creativity there. Thank you for sharing. Does anyone else want to share their
kefta for the Darkling? So
that would be awesome. Anyone else want to share their cosplay?
I was cosplaying as Inej. I've written like no, I don't know if you can see it from here, but I've written no more, there's no funerals on my jacket.
Let's
so
see
I make
it.
it into a Grishaverse. Oh, I don't know if you can see it from there, but
We believe you.
Inej.
Very cool. Love it. Love all the Inej cosplay. Who would you cosplay as next? Or is this your first time cosplaying?
This is my first time cosplaying, but I'd love to see Zoya or Nina maybe. I love both of the characters.
Yeah, they're all so fun. Thank you for sharing. Who's up next? Who wants to share their cosplay creation? Do we have any more takers? And it could be cosplay light. It could be a full thing. Just make sure you unmute your mic and come chat with us. Do we have anyone else? Oh, hi. I'm seeing some people, but I'm seeing mics muted. So if you want to talk to us and explain your cosplay, make sure you unmute your mic and show it off. Hi. What's your name?
So, okay, it's easier, I think, if I stand.
Sure.
Okay, you can't really see it, but I've got the cane and the gloves. Sorry, it's really dark where I am.
Wonder who you're cosplaying as.
There we go. Without glasses, it's better.
Awesome. We love a cat.
Yes, definitely.
How long did it take for you to put your cosplay together?
Not very long. I did like 15, 20 minutes on makeup and then like just 5 minutes finding stuff in my apartment.
Oh, awesome. Love that. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Looks so great. Anyone else want to share? We have a few more minutes.
Hi, guys. I'm not traditional character cosplaying, but I just wanted to show off my Grisha jacket with all my enamel pins and my hand embroidery, like Language of Thorns book cover thing.
That is fabulous. Look at that. I love the embroidery. Look at like a pin.
Yeah, it took me like a year of just doing tiny sections at a time.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
It looks so exact to the book cover. You did.
Yeah, I tried to make it as close to the book cover as I could, just to compare.
Look at, wow, that is
and
art.
With the little flower too.
Yeah, that looks fantastic. I love that. Can you show off some of your pins? Pick like your favorite.
Oh, there are so many, and this isn't even like half of my collection, but like I've got my little amplifier ones.
Very cool.
And just like some Two Clever Fox and the Lance of Emerald and the Dregs, and then I have Nina and Inej on this side and Kedadam, and then some postcard ones of Ravka and Kirch, and then this is a Sun Summoner one and a Darkling one.
What pin don't you have?
And yeah, Sun Summoner Darkling.
That's amazing. This is the one limitation of virtual, is if we were in person, I'd be like, let me see. I could get a real close-up view, but they look awesome. That's a fantastic jacket. Thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Do you have any plans to create anything else custom next?
Yeah, I actually want to add to the back of it.
Oh, cool. What are you going to put?
And do a big, like, 6 of Crows design, maybe.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, you've got room to add more, right? Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Who do we have up next? Anyone else want to share their cosplay? We have a little bit more time.
Hi, so I'm doing Nina, obviously.
Hi, Nina.
Thank you. Yeah, my chapter isn't done yet, but I wanted to show it off a bit.
No, it looks great. You're giving off major Nina vibes. Love it.
It's not ready, so.
That's still, I mean, it works, right?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else that you would want to cosplay as, or have you cosplayed as any other Grishaverse character before?
Not yet, but I also don't want to, actually. I'm just trying some more Nina, I guess.
Yeah, there's lots of different variations.
Chapter first.
Yeah, well, you look awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to show off their cosplay? We're loving this. So much creativity, you guys. It's fantastic. Yeah, you can definitely show yours off. Just raise your hand, use that feature in Zoom, and then one of our team members will allow you to unmute yourself and show your video. The chat is moving very fast, so bear with us. There are many of you here. Do you have any other takers before we move into trivia? But we're loving this, so the more cosplay, the merrier. See, I'm seeing some really cool I'm seeing more people. If you guys want to unmute. Just click that little unmute feature, and then you could chat with us and show off your creation.
Do you hear me?
I do, yeah. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Leah. Thanks for joining us.
I tried to cosplay as I could Alina.
Awesome.
So I took a black dress, like the Darkling vibes, even if she didn't want to wear black. The 2 golden pins, and I didn't know what to take for the kefta, so I took this blue and golden, what's the word again? I forgot, sorry.
It's just the kefta?
Yes, and I tried to do with what I could, as I received an email yesterday, so I was in a rush, so I tried.
Oh, don't be nervous. You look great. That's a beautiful outfit. We love your interpretation on Alina. So wonderful. Thank you for being here today. Does anybody else want to show off their cosplay? We have A few minutes left.
It's all right.
Hi.
Hi. So I did a mesh. Hang on, I'm on my computer, so it's a little hard to see. It's all handmade. I made a wrap top and then belt, and then I found these dagger scissors on Amazon that I really
Oh my gosh,
liked.
wow.
And then I made a coat because I'm working on a Darkwing cosplay right now. This is what it looks like. It's based a little bit on, it has hand embroidery. It's based a bit on a fan art that I found on Pinterest. And so, yeah, that's what I have.
That is great. I love the gold on the inside and that embroidery. Can you give us a close-up view of that? I want to see that a little closer. Sure, everyone else that wants to as well.
This is, hang on, that's the embroidery.
Just so cool. Love that.
Then, yeah, I wanted to make sure I could wear it in real life too, because it's a lot of money for something that I'm going to wear once, but I put a lot of work into it, and I'm really
You should wear that all fall and winter. Just rock that jacket all the time because it looks great. Thanks for sharing. Do we have anyone else who wants to show off their cosplay? Unmute yourself and you could walk us through your creation.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Wyatt, and I'm doing Wylan.
Great, love it. Our first Wylan of the event.
Yeah, he's, sorry, I'm saying my friends in the chat right now. He's my favorite, and NASA gay, complete NASA gay. Yeah, I just did very closeted cosplay because, yeah, I have the hair and I have the shirt, so.
You look great. You could do a minimalist Wylan, right? That's all you need.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being our first Wylan of the event. Is there anyone else you would want to cosplay as next? Or you're just like, I'm good here. I'm good with Wylan. Because that's fine too.
Probably Nina in the future. I don't know. I'm non-binary, and yeah, so I don't really care. Like, it's probably gonna be Nina, maybe.
Nina would be great. I've cosplayed as Nina. It was very fun.
Yeah, she's a very fun character. I might. Yeah, I think that's it.
Cool. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. We have time for a few more. If anybody wants to show off their cosplay. Hi. I see you waving. Just unmute yourself.
Okay, hi. I have a Nikolai costume going on.
Look at that blazer.
Yeah, pretty piratical. It's got like little flukies in the back, which is really
Love
cool.
it.
And I have my pirate gun. So, oh, and my little Nikolai pin that I got for the tour.
Just a little bling. Nikolai needs to have something flashy, right?
Obviously.
You look great. Is this your first time cosplaying?
Yeah.
No problem.
I do Halloween every year, but this is the first time I've done like an outside cosplay.
Yeah. Love it. First time for everything, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. Thanks so much for sharing. Is there anybody else who wants to show off?
Voice from Beyond again. There are a lot of you with your hands raised, and I am trying to get to you as quickly as I can while still giving folks on screen time to share. So those of you who are on screen now, I'm going to send you. Abby, I've tried to unmute you. I see your very cool shoes.
We've had a lot of comments in the chat about the shoes.
The rest of you, I'm going to send you back into the audience and pull up a few more. Teresa, we still have some time here.
We do, yeah, we're good on time, so we could show up a few more.
Awesome, thank you.
So, my sister introduced me to the Grishaverse, and I love Six of Crows, so I painted some shoes that were inspired by the dregs and the cover.
I love those. Those are fantastic.
On the back, I think it might be backwards, but it's got no mourners, no funerals again. So
those are awesome. How long did it take you to make those?
About a day.
Well, it was worth it because they look great.
Yeah.
Do you wear them out, or it's just like these stay in my house and they never leave?
I haven't worn them out yet, but I'm hoping to soon. So.
Yeah, I mean, you should definitely show them off. They look great.
Thank you.
Who do we have next?
Hello.
Hi. Oh my gosh, tell us all about your cosplay, even though I think we know who you are, but
I've been working on this one for a little while.
It looks fabulous.
Thank you very much. Yeah, yeah. I like hand stitched the eye patch. I've got scars. And yeah, it's like 6 a.m. here, so I got it really early to put this all together and try not to wake up my family.
Well, we appreciate you joining us so early. Was this your first time cosplaying?
No, I cosplay a lot, but I do a lot of like different. This is my first like book cosplay, and I'm very excited to do it. And yeah, I like hand stitched all this. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, all of you guys with the embroidery and the hand stitching, it's so impressive. Your patch looks so detailed. Oh, just great. What a fabulous Genya. You look really great.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. I think we have a few more people if you guys want to share your cosplay with us.
Hey, Teresa.
Hi.
I did makeup representing Nina because she's bigger woman like me and older, and I love YA, but I feel like she's more relatable of a character for me. So this was as much cosplay as I was getting.
Well, you're definitely giving off Nina vibes. Love Nina. She was I as like a fellow big girl, I was like, yes, when I was able to cosplay as her. Everyone love the Nina makeup. It looks fabulous.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Who wants to show off their cosplay next?
Hi, I'm Phoebe.
Hi.
I am cosplaying as Zoya, just from my closet. This is a giant blue fur coat. You can't really tell with the light behind me, but I've got the hair, and I have a locket with a sun on it for my girl.
Love that. Our first Zoya. Thank you for sharing. How long did it take you to pull everything together?
I just sort of ran around my house today trying to find everything.
Well, we
Usually I'm a little more
appreciate that.
planned. I've done Inej and Kaz in the past. I did Kaz for Comic-Con once upon a time.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, this is what we got.
Love it. Thank you for sharing. It looks great.
Thank you.
Who do we have up next?
Go ahead, Josephine. Tell us about your cosplay.
Okay. So as you can see, I'm cosplaying as the Darkling, and it's not completely finished because I still need to sew on some buttons here. So I'm using the Grishaverse pin to hold it together for now.
So crafty. Love that.
I did the little like solar eclipse thing. I'm still working on it to make it fade out a little more and be less looking like an oval with little points on the top. But that was kind of cool for me because I've never embroidered before. It also has this cape thing, and I'm still working on it, but I'm really proud of it so far.
Oh, it looks great. You should be. Can't wait to see it when it's all finished. You're going to have to post photos online if you're comfortable doing so. Tag Grishaverse so all the fans can see, but it looks fabulous so far. Thank you for sharing. Love your lipstick as well.
Oh, thanks.
Who's up next? We have a couple more people. Our next person wants to unmute their mic.
I unmuted you, Paula.
I'm Inej today.
Hi. Hi. Looks so great. Look at that hood.
Thank you. So it's a little bit, kind of closety, but
no, you look fantastic. It's like we're all working with what we got from home, right? And it looks amazing. Yeah. Love the braid.
Thank you so much.
It's a great Inej. Oh yeah. Why are you saying that's just, you look fantastic. That is a full-on cosplay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you going to do anyone next? Is there any other cosplay you have in mind?
I would love to eventually make Alina.
Yeah, that would be really cool. We'd like to see that too. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, let's see who's up next. Could be Kaz. I see a Kaz might be coming on screen. Just shouting Kaz in the chat. I love it.
I'm unmuted. Okay. Hello. So I am Kaz Brecka, as you can obviously tell. I thank you for putting me up here. I really wanted to show this. This took me a long time to do because I didn't have any of the materials and I had to find a cane online, and it took a Christmas and a birthday, but I finally managed to get it together. So yeah, this is the finished product. Hold on, I'll just stand up.
You look great. That cane, put it a little bit closer to this camera so everyone can see the detail on that. Wow. It was definitely worth you saving up and working on that for as long as you did, because it looks really amazing. So great. Are you going to do any next? Do you have plans for a next cosplay? Because your Kaz is fantastic. Hang on, I think you're muted again. Can we unmute her? I want to hear if you have any other plans.
I've always wanted to do Alina or Nina, but I think Wylan is going to be my next cosplay because
awesome.
I have a soft spot for him.
Yeah, we love Wylan. Can't wait to see that. If you post it online, make sure to tag us.
I will.
We love seeing cosplay. Thank you so much. Who do we have up next?
Let's do a lightning round of who's left on screen, and I will add on as many more as I possibly can in the next 5 minutes or so. So let's just real quick who you're cosplayed as so we can get as many of you up here as possible.
Love a lightning round. Cannot wait to see this.
Hi.
Hi. Who are you cosplaying as?
Nina, kind of. I've got like red and then like skulls on the bracelet.
Oh, awesome. That looks so great. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Who do we have next?
I can go. Okay, so I'm not wearing it because I didn't originally count it, but we're doing a lot more interpretive stuff. This is my Alina Starkov prom dress I wore to my junior prom last year. So it's the blue and it's got the gold embroidery. And I thought it kind of like matched what her kefta would look like. So it's like a full-length dress, and I just wanted to quietly be cosplaying on that day.
Yeah, that is stunning. Love that you wore that to prom. That's like such a fan moment. Amazing. Thank you for sharing. Who do we have next? Lightning round.
Oh my god.
I'm doing Alina Starkov. Okay, goodbye, sorry.
That was the definition of lightning. Thank you. Who do we have next?
Hi, my name's Damien. Oh, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm Laura. I'm Kaz. I had this cane 3D printed.
Oh,
and
wow.
when I met Leigh at a show, she signed it for me and put the NF, no mourners, no funerals, and abbreviations.
Looks so great. Thank you. So, who do we have next?
Hi, my name is Damien, and I'm cosplaying as Wylan. I actually got to meet, okay, I'm not muted. I was like, am I muted? No. I got to meet Leigh at San Diego Comic-Con one year dressed as Wylan, so I brought him back.
Looks amazing. Thank you for sharing. All right, next person. Let's see as many cosplay as we can in our final minutes.
I'll go. Hi, I'm Brittany. I put this together in about 20 minutes, trying to do a modern day Inej with some flowy pants and a darkling scarf and my fun little training knives.
Oh, I love that.
To channel the Inej knives.
Love a modern Inej. You look great.
Thank you.
I can go. Hi, I'm Alexandra. I'm cosplaying sort of a Zoya as if she were in modern day high school. I have a corset and thing. My friends and I a couple years ago did the 6 of Crows for Halloween, so that was really fun. I got to be Nina. And now my boyfriend and I want to be Nikolai and Zoya for meeting Leigh one day, so that's where this came from.
Love it.
So,
you look great.
Yeah. Cool.
Love a modern Zoya. So cool. Who do we have next?
I can go. Oh, no, I'm muted. Okay, hello. I'm actually out in public. Wow, terrifying. I cannot get to, unfortunately not in cosplay right now, but I do cosplay, so I don't know if you can see this, but oh god,
oh, yeah,
quality. I can zoom in. Sorry, that quality is terrible and it's not coming across. But that was when I cosplayed Kaz, and I made that cane out of a cane that I bought at Walmart and tinfoil and lots of sculpting clay.
That looks awesome. Thank you.
Yes. Really happy to be here. Bye.
We're happy to have you all. Okay, we have time for like 2 more minutes of cosplay, so let's see how many people we could get through. Hi.
I can go. I'm cosplaying as the Darkling, but if he were a Hollywood director, so I'm kind of like found a bunch of stuff. I was like, oh, this is really cool. So
you look great.
Hi, I'm Sophia, and I'm kind of as like a modern day Inej, and I've got her knives.
Your camera's off, Sophia.
So yeah.
All right, thank you for sharing. Who do we have up next?
Hi, I'm cosplaying as Inej the best I can. I have my hair kind of up in braids wrapped around my head because I figured that if she has like super long hair, that's kind of what she'd do. And I'm wearing black because, yeah.
You look great. Thank you for sharing.
Hi.
Hi.
I didn't realize this was a Grishaverse only cosplay event until I got in here. So this is my Wonder Woman as inspired by Warbringer. I have worn it to conventions many, many times. It was just over a year ago, and I just put it on, doesn't zip up. So sorry if you saw me fussing.
You look great. We will take it. It's still Leigh Bardugo inspired, so thank you for sharing.
Hi.
Hi there. Who are you cosplaying as? Me? Yeah, you, Madeline, right? Hi.
Okay, so I am like up here. I don't have a black wig, so I decided up here I would be Nina, and then the rest of my outfit is Kaz, I guess.
Love it. Love a combo cosplay. Thanks for sharing. Who else wants to show up?
Oh, you can go. I'm sorry. All right. Hi, my name's Apoorva, and I thought I would do Zoya if Nikolai pressured her into dressing up as a pirate also. So I kind of curled my hair a little bit, and I'm wearing this old pirate costume with like a corset and everything.
It looks so great.
And a bandana.
Thank you. We have time for one more person.
Thank you.
Hello. My name's Colleen. I did a Winter Feet Nina cosplay. If she actually got to stay in the little palace, which I like to think she would have. So it's a big ball gown, but I won't get up to show it. But I was just really happy that I could just show everyone it.
Yeah, you look great. Love that. Thank you guys. All of this cosplay was so fantastic. So we're now going to roll right into the trivia portion of the event. We hope you've studied. So we'll give everyone a second to leave us on screen, and then we will go right into trivia. All right, so to give a bit of context on how this will run, I'm going to be reading the trivia questions aloud. We'll be sharing a Google form in the chat for you all to write in your answers, so keep an eye out for that now. But please make sure you don't share your answers in the chat. All responses need to be submitted by the time the trivia section of the event is over. The first 10 people to submit all or most correct answers will win a Six of Crows tote bag from Out of Print. To show it off again, I have it right here. It's pretty fabulous. I use it all the time, so I can vouch for it being a great tote, along with a signed book plate. So some really awesome prizes there. Give everyone a second to get their form. Okay, so the Google form should be coming in any second now. So just make sure you guys check the chat for that. Give it another second.
I will also be sending the form through it'll take me a while to send it through email. So why don't, if you don't see the form in the chat right now, write your answers down on a piece of paper, look for the form in your email, and we'll give you a few extra minutes to submit it so that I can get emails out. Because the chat is hopping.
The chat is, yeah, it is zooming past. So, okay, so we're gonna get started for everybody who was able to open the form. But like our team member just said, no worries if not, just write your answers down and we will get that to you as quickly as possible. So the first question for trivia is, what is another name for the shadow fold? Give people a few seconds to write that down. right. Hopefully everybody's writing. Give you a little bit more time before we move into our next question. Hopefully more of you were able to access the form now. Like 15 seconds left for that answer. What is another name for the shadow fold? Give you guys a few more seconds. Okay, we're going to move on now to question number 2. This is the only multiple choice question because it felt too cruel to not give you guys the options. The question is, how old does the Darkling claim to be? So the options are 90, 85, 200, or 120. So again, those options are, how old does the Darkling claim to be? Does he say he's 90 years old, 85, 200, or 120? Make sure you guys write your answer down in the form. Please do not share it in the chat. You guys a little bit of time to write your answer down for that. Then we'll move into the next question. All right, does everybody have that? We will now move into our third question. What is the name of Inej's hidden blade? Again, we're on third question. What is the name of Inej's hidden blade? Give you guys a few seconds to write that down. If everyone's writing their answers down to that one, we're like 15 more seconds for this question. All right, 5 seconds. And now we're going to move to residence of Radka's king. Share your answer for that question in the form now. Again, the question is, what is the winter residence of Radka's king? You guys a few seconds. If anyone didn't hear that, the question was, what is the winter residence of Radka's king? A few more seconds to write in your answer for that question, then we're going to be moving into the next one, which I think most of you will be able to get. Okay, so the next question is, what is the motto of the dregs? Again, our question is, what is the motto of the dregs? This is question number 5. So write down your answers in the Google form or on an email if you still don't have access to the form. Please do not share them in the chat. Give you guys a few more seconds, and then we'll roll into the next question. Again, this question is, what is the motto of the dregs? Everybody have that? All right, next question is, which amplifiers does Alina possess? Write down your questions now. This is question number 6. Which amplifiers does Alina possess? Make sure you write down your answers on the form. Thank you everyone for also sharing the text in the chat. I really appreciate that. I'll try to repeat it as much as possible. Which amplifier does Alina possess? This is question number 6. Does everybody have that? Okay, we're going to move into the next question. What is the name of the robes that Grisha wear that designate their class by color? Again, this question is, what is the name of the robes that Grisha wear that designate their class by color? This is question number 7. Make sure you guys jot that down. Once more, what is the name of the robes that Grisha wear that designate their class by color? All right, question number 8. Tide makers belong to what Grisha order? This is question number 8. It is tide makers belong to what Grisha order? Everybody got that? All right, we're going into question number 9. What is the name of Kaz's brother? Again, that's question number 9. What is the name of Kaz's brother? Is everybody ready for the final question? All right, the final trivia question is, what are the creatures in the fold called? Again, that's question number 10. What are the creatures in the fold called? Give you guys a few seconds to finish inputting your answers. Hope everyone got that. Finally, this final question one more time. What are the creatures in the fold called? Okay, well, that's a wrap on trivia. You're all such experts on the Grishaverse, so we're expecting you to submit some really great answers. Remember to submit your forms ASAP so we can tally up and choose some winners. All right, and then we know that you're all anxiously awaiting Leigh's arrival, but before she joins, we want you to guess the title of King of Scars too. You can enter your guesses in the chat now. Remember, Leigh has already shared that the first letter is R. So go ahead, I'm gonna read some of your options, some of your guesses in the chat. The first one I'm seeing is Ravka in Ruin. That is a cool one. No, my screen is freezing. You guys are typing in too many things. I'm seeing Rain of Wounds. Keep putting them in. Bear with me, guys. You're typing very fast and making my internet go a little wonky. Keep putting your answers in, your guesses. So one that I really love is Ravka in Ruin. Rate Your Kefta, that one's really fun. Keep putting in your guesses. I'm seeing so many new messages. Rain of Storms, Rain of Shadow, so many rains. Realm of Shadows. Ruination of Kings. Ooh, I really love that. Keep it coming, guys. We have a few more minutes of guesses. Let's see. Resurrection of Saints. That's a very cool one. Wow, you guys are just submitting so many guesses. I love it. Rise of the Light. Rise of Skywalker. Appreciate that as a Star Wars fan. Ravka's Queen. Return of the Dark. Reign of Scars. R.I.P. Nikolai. No. These are all so fantastic. All right, we have just another minute or so. Really, Zoya? That one's pretty great. Right of Rule. That's awesome. So many variations. Reunite the power. I'm so excited for you guys to hear the title so soon. These guesses are fantastic. Righteous Fury, that's a great one. Ready for Heartbreak. I mean, I hope not, but we don't know. These are fantastic. We have room for a couple more, so keep it coming. Reaper of Storms. That sounds very intense. Rocky Horror. I love that. So many fantastic guesses. Return of the Crows. We wish, right? Return of the Sancta, yeah. So many returns. I guess we'll have to wait and see. We don't know. Realm of Death. Wow. You guys went intense for some of these guesses. Ready to rumble. I mean, we're all very ready for this book, so I know that feeling. These are fantastic. All right, we'll read a few more aloud, and then we're going to move into the time of the event that everyone's been waiting for. Keep putting in Resurrection of Shadows. Love all of these guesses. You guys are great. Okay, and then the last one that I'm going to read aloud is Ruthless Saints. Love it. All right, that was a lot of fun. Really loved hearing all of the guesses that you guys just submitted. It's so fantastic. And now it's time to welcome Leigh Bardugo herself. So excited for her to join us. So I'm gonna stop my video and then we're gonna have Leigh join us. Thanks so much.
Well, if it isn't Bardugo, scourge of the comments. Hello. Nice. It's very subtle. I like it a lot.
Very subtle.
Welcome, Leigh. Welcome, everyone. Hi. I think some of you, if you've been on tour to any of Leigh's tour stops, may know me from some signing lines. My name is Molly, and for the last 8 years, I have been Leigh's publicist, and it is my great pleasure to put her in the hot seat today with some of your excellent pre-submitted questions. So, Leigh, are you ready?
I'm ready, and I just need to say one. I'm so sorry we didn't get to all of the cosplayers because they were amazing and got me very choked up. Like, it was just so cool to see. And also, I'm kind of relieved none of you guessed correctly the title, because that would have been freaky. Although then we would have had to give you like a special prize or something. But I'm most excited to get to the cover reveal, I'll admit, but I'm ready to answer. Yeah.
All right, first things first. Okay, first question is Samantha from Langhorne, PA would like to know, what was the most exciting part of production or pre-production for the Shadow and Bone Netflix series?
Wow, that is genuinely a tough question, because sort of at every turn I've been like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I think walking onto the set for the Grand Palace for me was pretty incredible. I'm actually in a scene there and I got to wear a kefta, and it was also just a really grand, beautiful, you know, so many people in costume, and a scene that came directly from one of the books. So it was really unreal to think that 10 years ago I was sitting at a dining room table writing this story, and that I had literally walked into it was pretty incredible. So yeah, that was pretty exciting.
Well, my next question is on a similar note. It's from Megan in Austin, Texas, who would like to know what you are most excited for your fans to see in the Netflix show.
I'm terrified that there are like Netflix people in the chat and they're gonna be like, shut it down. I will say that I know there's been a lot of anxiety about the way that the stories come together, but I actually love the way it was done. And I'm very excited for the fandom, the people who know the way the books work, to get to experience it, because I actually think it's unique among adaptations. And I think it is both respectful of the stories and innovative as well. And I know that you probably don't believe me, and I don't blame you for being stressed out about it, but I personally am really excited to finally get to talk about that with all of you and see how you respond to it. And I'll say too, I know this is a small thing, like I know everybody's talked about all the other casting, but Baghra is one of my all-time favorite characters, and seeing Zoe Wanamaker play her was like one of the great moments of my life. Like, you guys know Zoe even if you don't know her name, and she's one of the most incredible actresses ever. And seeing her in this part was like, her voice alone, like I would just sit there and listen to her read like a recipe for key lime pie. She's just fantastic.
I didn't think I could be more excited, but switching gears a bit for a question from Brisa from McAllen, Texas. She would like to know, what is your favorite tale from the Lives of Saints, on sale next month?
Okay, so when I wrote Lives of, so some of you probably don't even know what Lives of Saints is, but it's a collection of stories of saints' lives, from Ravka, from the Shuhan, from Fjerda, from all over the place, Novia Zem. And I think my favorite one is the Sankt Nikolai story, because obviously Sankt Nikolai is Nikolai's namesake, so there's a connection to him. And also, there's cannibal sailors, there's a heavy fairy tale like element, there's, wow, I just saw the chat flood with order links. Yes, please order it. And we're gonna have an amazing pre-order that we announce next week, but I think the Sankt Nikolai story is my favorite. It also isn't quite as bloody, despite the involvement of cannibal sailors. It's not quite as bloody and macabre as some of the other stories, so some of them are pretty brutal.
I like that look in your eye. Well, that is a good segue to one of our next questions from Vicky from Pittsburgh, PA, who would like to know how you develop characters that are so complex and flawed and yet so easy to love.
Well, that's very kind. I mean, I think an important step for an author is to stop worrying about a character being likable. I really don't worry about them being likable. I worry about them being competent. I worry about them being real and fully fleshed out. If they make bad decisions, I want the reader to understand why they make decisions that they do. But likability, I think, is kind of overrated. You know, some of the people who accomplish the most in this world are not particularly likable. And I think I worry too much about being liked, so I really enjoy characters who don't.
Right. Well, another character-based question from Shaban in London. Who was the easiest character to write for the Grishaverse, and who was the most difficult or the most complicated?
Wow. I think, I think the easiest character to write, weirdly, they've all given me trouble at one time or another, but I think Matthias was the easiest to write because he's so dogmatic. You know, he really thinks he knows what he knows, and his voice arrived very clearly from the beginning. And I've said this before, but I always think of him as like a big Scandinavian Zuko. Like, he's very invested in his honor, and he has so much to unlearn as he goes through the story. As far as the hardest to write, they've all been, all the really smart ones are incredibly difficult to write. You know, Nikolai is much wittier than I'll ever be. And I think anybody like Wylan or David who's messing with science, I'm like, why did I create you? And why can't I just magic my way out of this? And they always require a lot more research, I'm sorry to say.
Nikolai's pretty witty. I don't know, though. You're a pretty witty lady yourself.
I'm extremely droll, but still.
Well, perhaps that is another good segue, because Samantha in Topeka, Kansas would love to know which character or characters would be thriving in quarantine.
Ooh, okay. Thriving in quarantine. has, because he doesn't want to be around anybody. I think Wylan would be doing really well. I think Nikolai would be climbing the walls. Like, I think he would be losing it because he's such an extrovert and he just constantly wants to be doing things. Same with Nina, actually. Yeah.
All right, since we're talking a little bit about these crazy times, Sheridan from North Providence, Rhode Island is wondering, how do you find motivation to write, especially in tumultuous times like the pandemic or anything else?
I mean, this has been, okay, there's sort of two things going on for me with writing, and I'm looking into my camera lens and trying to talk to all of the creative people out there who might be struggling right now or seeking inspiration. This is a tough time for it. Sort of a lot of the tricks that I used for my writing routine and for refilling the well are not available to me anymore. And I think there's also just so much fear and malaise and a general sense of not being able to look forward that makes it very tough to focus. So I don't want to pretend that this has been easy for me, but I will say that at least writing King of Scars 2 has been this incredibly joyful experience for me. Lots of terrible things happen in the book because that's what I do, but there's a lot of hope in it as well. And I think also getting to live with these characters and live away from my apartment has been it's been a huge gift. So I'm really grateful for the chance to write this book now. And I think if you're having trouble staying motivated, all I would say is try to make a time during the day. Maybe it's the first thing you do in the morning before you check your email or even look at your phone, where you try to knock out just a few words. Doesn't have to be 1,000, doesn't have to be 1,500, but like 200 words, even if it's just posing yourself questions for what you want to be working on so that your subconscious can be doing that while you're doing other things. But to sort of carve that out as something that really belongs to you during this time. And that's the way I've been trying to think about it.
Do you have a favorite place to sit down, to rest, and to read? That's a question from Kate in Huntsville, Alabama.
I mean, I don't know if you guys can see, but that corner on the couch, the cushion actually bulges outward at this point because that's the spot I sit in all the time to write. But during quarantine, like the way that I get a different view is I move around my apartment. So I sit here by the window, I sit over in the other corner of the couch. I get real wild. I just like to have a view. If I have a window to look out of and a nice squishy chair and a cup of tea, I'm pretty happy.
Have you ever wondered what your life would be like if you didn't write your wonderful novels? What might you be doing? That's a question from Anissa in Melbourne.
I mean, I'll be real, that's the dark timeline, you know? Like, I had a lot of really bad jobs. I didn't publish my first book until I didn't write my first book until I was 35, even though I wanted to be a writer my whole life. It took me a long time to figure out how to do it and also to have the time to do it and make the time to do it. I mean, I used to be a copywriter, so I'd probably still be a copywriter. I mean, in my dream scenario, I had at some point learned to draw and sew, and I'm a fashion designer, but I can't do either of those things, so it seems a little optimistic to me. So yeah, I think I'd probably still be copywriting and dreaming of this. This is truly my dream job, so thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for letting me have this awesome job. I've had so many bad jobs, and this is so good.
Well, someone who agrees might be Karishma from Hyattsville, Maryland, who says one of her favorite parts or their favorite parts of the Grishaverse is the incredibly rich and vivid world building. They would like to know if there was any setting in particular that you had the most fun imagining, researching, and writing, any place you would like to further explore or visit.
I mean, I love writing about Ketterdam because it's so alive in my mind, and because I like a seedy underbelly, you know, and I like the tension between the kind of I think in Ravka and in Kirch there's a really deep dividing line between the rich and the poor, but I think in Ketterdam that's put on display in a very explicit way, whereas in Ravka you have to dig a little deeper to see it. I'd love to write some stories about the Wandering Isle, which I've talked hardly at all about. In the sequel, we get to see more of Shuhan, and I loved writing the palaces there. I loved writing about the Shu Queen. It's a matriarchy, which was really fun to build and think about the logistics of. Yeah, I don't know. Also, and I don't know if you all remember, but in Siege and Storm, there's a place called the Spinning Wheel. That's this huge observatory, and I loved creating that, and I would love to see that come to life if we get there. Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. Well, going back to your first, the first setting that you wrote about, how did you get inspired to base Ravka on Russia? What drew you to that? That's a question from Keely in Essendon.
I really wanted to move away from sort of the medieval European settings that were the basis of a lot of fantasies that I had read. And I really wanted, you know, I'm a Russian Jew. My mom's side, we like to say we've been kicked out of everywhere, but like on my dad's side, it was Spain, and on my mom's side, it's Russia and Lithuania. And so the house I grew up in, you know, the memory of fleeing Russia was not a very distant one. And it sort of took the place of the glamorous oppressor. It was this place of incredible beauty and history, but also a place of tremendous peril. So it sort of lent itself to the creation of a fantasy world.
Well, talk about fantasy worlds. So Alex from Clare, Michigan is wondering if you had to pick 3 Grishaverse characters, just 3, to be stuck on a desert island with, who would you choose and why?
On a desert? Oh no. Okay. All right. Well, not Kaz, because he would murder me quickly. I think I would choose Nikolai and Wylan, because I think they're the most likely to be able to get us off of the island. Like, I feel like they are a very Gilligan's Island professor situation where they would be building coconut radios and such. And for my third, I would pick Jenya, because I just think she's great company. And also she would, you know, help me with the sunblock.
Do you always worry about that on desert islands whenever you're thinking about that? You got to have the sunblock help.
The same.
So Christina from Lawrenceville, Georgia is coming with the hard questions, wondering if there are any more spin-off series in the works in the Grishaverse.
I don't know. I never say never. The next book I'm going to be working on is the sequel to Ninth House. I definitely have some things in mind for the future, but I'm also trying to sort of take a step back and refill the well of Grishaverse inspiration. I don't want to just be writing Grishaverse books for the sake of it. Like, I want to have a true story to tell, and I definitely have some stories in mind, which I think will become apparent when people read the sequel to King of Scars, but I don't know yet. I don't know what will happen, and so I really tried to think of this sequel as kind of a Grishaverse grand finale. I don't know what comes next, and I don't know if I'll get to write the books I want to write, so I really approached this like it was the end.
So ominous. We have a few more questions to get to the big reveal. But you just alluded to the fact you've written a lot of books at this point. And I am wondering if there was one book that was the most fun to write and one book that was particularly hard to write. That's a question from Sienna in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Wait. Was
if any of your books was the hardest book to write and the most fun book to write, and those do not have to be mutually exclusive.
I think, okay, first of all, I want to address, there's a lot of people being like, she confirmed 6 of Crows 3. I said that when I was done with the sequel to Ninth House, if people still wanted it, I would write it, but we're not there yet. So I didn't add it to Goodreads. I don't know who added it to Goodreads, but I have many ideas for Six of Crows 3, but I want y'all to remember that if I do write that book, bad things will happen to the characters you love. Like, it will not be 500 pages of them cooking key lime. I don't know why I'm so hype on key lime pie lately, but it won't be that. It won't be the 600 pages of them cooking and like using a sourdough starter and going to IKEA. Like, bad things will happen. So, mixed blessing, just say. All right, so the question was, hardest book to write versus easiest book to write.
Or most fun book to write.
Most fun book to write. I think the hardest book to write was Six of Crows, because I was doing something I had never done before, and heists are incredibly challenging to write, and I really didn't understand. I thought I understood heists because I had watched so many of them, but watching a heist and writing a heist, very different things. And a heist in TV or film versus in a book, very different. I will watch a movie with a heist or a con in it, and I'll think, you would never get away with that in a novel. Like, there's just too much time for the reader to think of all the things that that could have gone wrong, or all the logical fallacies that you've built into it. And then the most fun to write, honestly, this one was pretty fun. I mean, I think that King of Scars 2, there's some things in it that I just loved writing and that took me away from everything right now, and I really loved it. So it was very fun. And I think Lives of Saints, I'm always going to have this really happy memory of, because I wrote so much of it on set. Like, I wrote a lot of those stories sitting in a little dark tent, you know, wrapped up in my parka, just, you know, working away with my headphones in, and then sort of looking up at the monitor, and it was a pretty exciting way to be inspired.
I'm imagining you one of those tall chairs that they have on movie sets.
They're not tall, and they're deeply uncomfortable. Like, I did lose feeling in my buttocks multiple times.
I think it was probably worth it. I hope. I hope so. Okay, well, we have one last question. And it's a question from Cicely in Athens, Georgia, who would like to know who your favorite couple in the Grishaverse is.
Ooh. I don't tend to think about my couples that way. I don't know. There's a romance that sort of takes flight in King of Scars 2 that I loved writing, and that made me incredibly happy to write. And it's probably the closest thing I've written to a happy ending. I don't know, you know, my happy endings are always qualified, but this was the closest to like a fairy tale ending. So I enjoyed writing that a lot, but I'm not going to tell you who it's for.
Well, then a bonus question from Molly Ellis in Astoria, New York is, are you ready to stop calling it King of Scars 2?
I'm so ready, because I have lived in terror for months that I'm accidentally say it. So I'm so ready, and I'm so excited to show people the cover. And I hope you love it, because I love it. I think it's my favorite. I say this every time, and I think it's my favorite cover ever. Like,
All
ever.
right. Well,
Okay.
if you're ready, and if everyone in the comments is ready, which it looks like they are, we're going to share. And here it is.
Can you see it?
Takes a second to show up. If we tested this out, it does take a quick second.
Voice from Beyond can tell you that I can see it on my screen. So hopefully it is loading across the world.
Oh, I love seeing all the reactions. Yay! Oh my goodness. Wow, it's really fun to watch this come in. I think it's going to be gorgeous, you guys. So I thought I would tell you a little bit about the cover while we're gazing at its beauty. So the title, Rule of Wolves, obviously this is a reference to Fjerda. There are some big things happening in the conflict between Fjerda and Ravka in this book, and maybe some unexpected twists and turns. And the cover, we have this wonderful designer, Natalie Souza, and this incredible artist, Hedy, I'm probably going to mispronounce his name, Hedy Zant, who worked on this book. And the goal with it was to sort of strip away all the glamour and gold of King of Scars and have a cover that spoke to, I mean, if you guys are Grishaverse fans, you know the term "the making at the heart of the world," which is a big part of this book. And so that sort of core folkloric story that is at the base of this novel and this duology, to show that in this kind of carved bone, stripped down version of the cover. And I love it, and there's so many beautiful details in it, and it feels to me like this incredible bringing together of so many of the themes that began with Shadow and Bone. So I'm really excited that this is Rule of Wolves, and I hope you guys love it.
Okay. I think that brings us to the end, but I believe Teresa has a few parting words for us. I'm going to stop sharing the screen, but soon this will be readily available in the world and at entertainmentweekly.com.
Yeah, I was just going to tell you guys the cover, I believe the summary, a little background for me will be up on entertainmentweekly.com, ew.com. And I think Teresa's going to take over now, but I just wanted to thank you so much for being here. This is the first thing we've done like this, and I loved it, and I'm so honored by all the cosplay and all the enthusiasm and the trivia and everything. And it was a real joy for me to get to see some of you and chat with you, and I just really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll be announcing the pre-order and many more virtual events with some really fun conversation partners coming up. So I'm gonna say goodbye.
Thank you all so much for joining us today and for being just overall the best fandom in YA. We know it's been a really hard year not being able to see each other in person at festivals and conventions and book events, amongst many other things, but seeing you all come out in droves today to join us in some games, to show off your killer cosplay, and just generally bond over our shared love of the Grishaverse, especially in this chat that has been blowing up for the past hour or so, has made us feel all warm and gooey inside, and we hope that you've had just as much fun as we've had. We were all so lucky to get a sneak peek at the Rule of Wolves cover. We're so excited that it's finally out in the world. And like Leigh said, just make sure to check out the Entertainment Weekly piece. It should be live any minute. And thank you again. This has been fantastic. Enjoy the rest of your weekends.